It's a warm welcome to you viewers as we meet on this week's episode of Crime Watch, brought to you by your police service, the Zimbabwe Republic Police, to inform you of our roles and operations. I'm your host, Tendekai Dandaratsi. It's good to have you along. As the country continues to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, the Zimbabwe Republic Police is calling for strict adherence to COVID-19 preventive guidelines and protocols. The Zimbabwe Republic Police will continue to engage members of the public for a collective responsibility in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Moving on, the Zimbabwe Republic Police confirms the arrest of 5 suspects for armed robbery cases in Masvingo. On the 11th of November 2021, a combined team of detectives from CID Masvingo, Bedbridge and Rishavane acted on gathered information and raided Charles Chikenyere at his residence in Madziva village in Chivi. The suspect was arrested, and upon being interviewed, he implicated 7 other suspects. Police made follow-ups which led to the arrest of the other 4 suspects and the recovery of 1 FN Browning pistol loaded with a magazine of 12 rounds, a bolt cutter, a small axe and a Toyota Wish vehicle registration number E05 8727, which the suspects use as a getaway car. Currently, the suspects are clearing 11 armed robbery cases in which thousands of United States dollars and other valuables were stolen. Comprehensive investigations to clear all the cases in which the suspects were linked are in progress. More details on the robbery cases committed by the suspects will be unveiled. Police is concerned with licensed firearms which are being abused for criminal activities. Should you intend to inherit a late relative's firearm, there is need to submit a copy of death certificate, firearm certificate, and a set of personal fingerprints for vetting process, among other security considerations. The Firearms Act criminalizes possession of a firearm or ammunition without a firearm certificate. Failure to renew the said certificate upon its expiry is also an offense. Registered firearm holders are therefore being reminded to always ensure that firearms are well secured so that they do not fall in wrong hands. In light of this, police, through the Central Firearms Registration, is currently reviewing the firearms licensing process for individuals and companies in terms of the Firearms Act Chapter 10.09. Police warns members of the public against abusing firearms registered in the names of deceased relatives, but urge you to surrender such firearms to the nearest police station for necessary procedure to be followed. Cases of domestic violence and child abuse are a cause for concern. Crime Watch visited the ZRP National Victim Friendly Unit to find out more about these cases and how they can be mitigated.
We are concerned by the continuous rise in the number of sexual and domestic violence cases in the country. Sexual violence as it relates to children being raped, adults also being raped, and also the spiraling effect of domestic violence in the homes, especially during this pandemic era. We envisage a home as a safe place for the children, but the home now has become unsafe for children. We are also witnessing a rise in the number of children who are mentally challenged or with any form of disability being taken advantage of. So it is everyone's responsibility to ensure that we provide a safe environment for those who are vulnerable and those who cannot come forward to come and report, maybe because of some of these cases occur within a family setup. We urge them to use the suggestion boxes or write anonymous letters to the police, giving all the details. As the unit, as we prepare for the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, this is going to be our theme, where we are going to say no to rape, no to sexual violence, any form of sexual violence, no to domestic violence. We want to ensure that the home remains safe.
On that note, we take a short break. Join us in the second segment. Welcome to the second segment of Crime Watch. The Criminal Investigations Department offers fingerprints and police clearance which can be used locally or internationally for various reasons. In light of this, CID Provincial Community Relations Liaison Officer gave us an insight on the correct procedure to be followed when one needs these services.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to clarify the fingerprint vetting procedure and costs. Recording of fingerprints is done at any nearest police station and the service is for free. Fingerprints for vetting are paid for in Zimbabwean dollars, except for those ones recorded outside the country. An agent local fingerprints vetting process costs 10 Zimbabwean dollars, while an agent police clearance certificate costs 20 Zimbabwean dollars, and this takes up to 3 days. The normal local police vetting clearance costs 5 Zimbabwean dollars, and normal police clearance certificate costs 10 Zimbabwean dollars respectively, and takes up to 7 days to process. Access to CID headquarters offices is free to everybody. Do not engage third parties. For those outside Harare or outside the country, they can send their fingerprints via courier services with a well-paid up addressed return package. In extreme emergency situations, when it is not possible to comply with the waiting period, feel free to approach the officer in charge, Criminal Records Office. Companies and employers are encouraged to accept locally vetted fingerprints that have got a receipt and a serial number inscribed to show that they have gone through the proper fingerprint vetting system.
Meanwhile, Crime Watch accompanied the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe on a road audit along Harare-Mutare Highway.
Thank you very much to Tendekai Dandarati, who's anchoring the studio tonight. Well, as Crime Watcher, we intend to partner the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe on a tour of black spots across the country. Well, this is in view of educating, informing and conscientizing motorists with a view to reduce or at best end road carnage. We visited one such black spot that is along the Harare-Mutare Road. And of course, we were joined by the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe and ZRP Mavuku Traffic, who policies that area.
One of the functions of the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe is to promote road safety. When promoting road safety, we carry out different duties, including carrying out road safety audits. We decided to visit the intersection of Sansuchi Road and Mutare Road in Ruwa after receiving numerous reports of road accidents that are occurring there. We then decided to set up an audit team made up of members of the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe and the Zimbabwe Republic Police. When carrying out a road safety audit or an appraisal of an existing project such as this particular intersection, we first of all identified the problem. What we noticed was that there was a problem of vehicle-vehicle collisions and vehicle-pedestrian collisions at this particular intersection. During the appraisal of this project, we noticed that there was a bus stop where passengers were being dropped and they would cross the road at any point, thus risking a collision. We also noticed that there were quite a number of vehicles that were speeding towards Harare and passing through the intersection of Sansuchi and Mutare Road. After carrying out an audit, the audit team makes quite a number of recommendations that we hand over to the road authorities. But as Traffic Safety Council, we would like to appeal to drivers who are driving towards Harare or towards Mutare past this particular intersection to exercise extreme caution as they approach this particular intersection. They must ensure that they slow down, watch out for pedestrians. We have noted that there are quite a number of pedestrians who are crossing the roads at undesignated crossing points, resulting in the increase in the number of vehicle pedestrian collisions that are being reported at ZRP Mavuku Traffic. The Traffic Safety Council and the Zimbabwe Republic Police are going to carry out road safety audits on all black spots that we have identified in the country. We would like to appeal to members of the public to identify any places where accidents have been occurring so that we carry out those audits. They can approach the nearest Zimbabwe Republic Police traffic station or any of the Traffic Safety Council offices throughout the country. We are going to ensure that we carry out such audits and offer remedial action to the road authorities.
Isusu vagari vemunharaunda yeruwa pamugwagwa unoenda kwaMutare pa10 of Ruwa TM tatambudzika nekuyambuka mugwagwa. Pari kuitika tsaona musi uno pana baba vakatsikwa vakadamburwa gumbo rikaenda kudivi vakatofa. Kwozoitazve vana vakatsikwa varipo 4, umwe akatyoka gumbo umwe akakuvara zvakaipisisa.
As ZRP Mabvuku Traffic, we are deeply concerned by road traffic accidents that have been mainly occurring along Harare-Mutare Road. 24 people were killed and 104 people were injured from January to October 2021. We have realized that most of these accidents are mainly caused by excessive speeding, negligent pedestrian who just crossed the road without checking, driving under the influence of alcohol, and reckless drivers who disregard the safety of other road users. We also use this opportunity to carry out a campaign on road safety.
We are now in the third and final segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying with us. The ZRP's forensic department has been boosted with timely donations meant to enhance effectiveness and efficiency in service delivery.
I am delighted to welcome you all to this momentous ceremony where we are witnessing the handover of the state-of-the-art crime scene equipment and forensic genetics laboratory to the Zimbabwe Republic Police Forensic Science Directorate by the United Nations Children's Fund Zimbabwe, UNICEF, and the delegation of the European Union in Zimbabwe. I wish to particularly acknowledge and pay tribute to the United Nations and the European Union for the magnanimous gesture epitomized by the donation of vital forensic equipment. This is a remarkable boost to crime investigation and ultimately administration of justice. Besides helping us link suspects to the commission of an offense, forensic science also enables the truth to be laid bare and the criminal justice team to obtain answers using objective evidence.
Let us hear the partners speak on their donation.
Today marks a milestone in the criminal justice system administration in Zimbabwe, particularly in the delivery of justice to survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. It is a pleasure for me personally and on behalf of UNICEF to be here today for the official handover of DNA equipment to the Zimbabwe Republic Police Forensic Laboratory. Experience of violence amongst adolescent girls continue to be a concern globally. Towards our joint commitment as UNICEF and the government of Zimbabwe to ensure a protective environment for all children and to ensure that all children are protected from violence, abuse, and exploitation, UNICEF and the government of Zimbabwe have fostered a partnership to improve the criminal justice system. Let me also use this opportunity to sincerely commend the Zimbabwe Republic Police for refurbishing and making available the laboratory space that is needed to maintain this equipment in the highest standard of quality.
I am greatly honored and pleased to represent the European Union today at this official handover ceremony of the DNA criminal forensic equipment to the Zimbabwean Republic Police and ultimately to the government of Zimbabwe. This equipment has been availed under the auspice of the Spotlight Initiative to end violence against women and girls in Zimbabwe. The handover of this equipment comes at a timely moment as we will soon be commemorating the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. It is also come a little more than 2 weeks after the launch of the high-level political compact to end violence against women and girls by His Excellency President Emerson Mnangagwa. The European Union is proud to support the Spotlight Initiative, the EU-UN flagship program to eliminate all forms of violence against women and girls.
The Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe Kazembe, who was the guest of honor at the event, noted that the ZRP was lagging behind in the area of forensic science and the donation would go a long way in solving crimes such as murder and rape, among others.
Ladies and gentlemen, the use of forensics to solve the malady of crime in societies has become commonplace. As you may be aware, the world over, the use of DNA analysis to solve crimes such as murder and rape, among others, is one area that has registered immense success. Regrettably, the Zimbabwe Republic Police had been seriously lagging in this regard. The government of Zimbabwe, and indeed the Zimbabwe Republic Police, are grateful that UNICEF and the delegation of the European Union in Zimbabwe saw it prudent to donate DNA analysis equipment and accessories worth a total of $327,294 and 84,480.60 British pounds. With this equipment, the Zimbabwe Republic Police will be able to easily solve crimes such as murder, rape, and also create a digital DNA-based database for missed persons. Furthermore, the launch of the DNA laboratory is a refreshing development as it opens more avenues for the police to extensively use forensics to solve crime. On behalf of the government of Zimbabwe, I wish to applaud UNICEF's generous gesture. Let me take this opportunity to give a stern warning to criminals, including those that could be dreaming of becoming criminals, that their days are numbered, as the police can now easily use the smallest microscopic element of evidence to nail you.
The Zimbabwe Revenue Authority, ZIMRA, will this week share with us information to do with fiscalization in order to avoid unnecessary brushes with law enforcers.
The law requires that if one is required to fiscalize, they need to buy a fiscal device from a registered supplier. Then you have the fiscal device registered with the ZIMRA, and then also ensure that that fiscal device is utilized for all business sales, and no other device should be used or no other method should be used to record sales except the fiscal device. It is also important to note that where a registered operator is required to fiscalize in terms of the Value Added Tax Act, if there is a fault or a power outage in terms of the use of their devices, then they should report to the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority. In addition, it is also a requirement that every point of sale for the business is required to fiscalize. Where one is not fiscalized in terms of the law, there are also repercussions in terms of penalties. Once the fiscal devices have been configured to record sales, you are also required in terms of the VAT Act to interface the devices to the ZIMRA servers. Where one has failed as well to interface, there are also penalties which are charged in terms of the VAT Act, and one is required to pay $25 for every point of sale which has not been interfaced. In terms of interface, it is important to note that once this has been done, the authority would want to ensure that all the information of the business transactions in terms of sales comes to the authority through the fiscal devices. Therefore, it is important that all registered operators now are interfaced and are fiscalized, because this is the requirement of the law. For category A, B, and D of the VAT registered operators, they are required to fiscalize from 1 January 2017. And all registered operators for VAT are required to interface from 2017 as well. Currently, the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority is carrying out a fiscalization and interface project, and we have raised assessments for penalties for quite a number of taxpayers who have not fiscalized and who have not interfaced. As well, we have also referred a number of taxpayers who are not compliant with fiscalization and interface to the police for prosecution. And we therefore encourage all other VAT registered operators to ensure that they fiscalize and they interface.
Before we come to the end of this week's episode, here are some of the people on the police wanted list. Police is appealing for information that may lead to the arrest of Patson Matengambiri, Shadrack Njowa, and Nyasha Chitera. The trio robbed some complainants of United States dollars 2,775,000 and 43,090 Zim dollars belonging to ZB Bank. 11 suspects have already been apprehended in connection with this robbery case. ZB Bank has offered a reward of 5,000 United States dollars to anyone who supplies credible information that will lead to the arrest of these criminals. Chichatonga Nyamkondiwa and another one, only known as Derek, are also wanted by police in Murewa for a robbery case they committed on the 31st of March 2021 at Katsande Business Center, Mudzi, robbing complainants of 20,000 United States dollars, 700 grams of gold, and a Nissan Caravan vehicle. Anyone with information that may help us in the arrest of these people can contact CID Homicide Darare on 0242 758 031 or contact us on the following details. Our National Complaints Desk number is 0242 703 631. Visit our website www.zrp.gov.zw or email us on feedback@zrp.gov.zw. Alternatively, you can link with us on our Twitter handle @PoliceZimbabwe or like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic Police. Be reminded that all Crime Watch episodes are accessible on our YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. This brings us to the end of this week's episode. We hope you have enjoyed and learned from this program. From me, Tendekai Dandaratsi, and the crew behind the scenes, pleasant viewing.